Hey guys, and welcome back to Dark Souls 3. Now, oh boy, it's been a long time since I played the game. I had recorded 9 episodes all in a row for the first session. You'll notice that in the description for the videos, I'd put a session counter, which basically tells you how many videos I did for that session. So that you weren't talking to thin air or wondering where the response to any questions were. And in the process of that, I hadn't recorded since that session, and it had been weeks, obviously, of playing those 9 episodes. So we're going to get back into it. I've got to shake off some rust, so I'm sorry if I derp up, but we need to head to... where were we? We were at the Cathedral of the Deep. That's right. Don't worry too much though, I won't be too rusty. I usually have semi-decent muscle memory for games like this. So, well, someone's managed to die in a very interesting spot. Or leave a sign in a very interesting spot, rather. So, this is a fun part. This is the bit that we were going to enter just before we left off. And in this here area, we have several dudes with crossbows, some doggies, and a lot of having to dodge. It's fine. I can't see any of the guys with crossbows though. I only see the dogs right now. Hey dog. What's up? Whoa! Nice maneuver. You were meant to jump at my shield, but didn't. How clever of you. Here's one dude with a crossbow. I'm trying to bait out the dogs, because the dogs obviously make things far trickier than they have to be. No, 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 no. There's that rust I'm talking about. Come on, dog. I mean, that's one thing I forgot. Locking on. Yes, I only just remembered locking on just then. There we go. Alright. We'll get there, as I said. The muscle memory will quickly make sure that I'm back on form. Hello, friendo doggo. Come here, come on. Good thing these trenches exist. No, 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 no. Oh, alright. Fair enough. I do not remember taking so much damage. I think that's one thing that has surprised me, that I seem to be taking a lot of damage per crossbow bolt. It's only like 2 or 3 before I need to flask. Alright, doggo. Come here. This time I won't forget to lock on. Oh. That's one thing I should be doing as well, is making sure I use the tap heavy to knock the dogs over. Come on. That was the wrong one, but it did kill it in one hit, so fair dues. That guy's a jerk. I think this time we'll just go right round here. Not have to worry about crossbow bolts so much. No. I refuse. Right. Tight corners mean hitting your blade on walls a lot, and that's what I was trying to avoid there. Hello, friends. I wish you could shoot your friend. Dog. Yeah, there you go. Good. It's also been a patch since I've last played, so, or 2 patches actually, I think. Oh, that was close. So there may have been some changes that I am not used to anyway. Just generally, I hate this part anyway. It's one of the ones that I do the worst at, regardless of whether I'm rusty or not, so... Whoa. I don't know why, the premise is simple enough. I think I just get too greedy a lot of the time. I think you're meant to take this area a lot slower than I try to, and then end up making a lot of mistakes because of that. But it's over now, so let's continue forward. This guy's a lot of fun around this corner here. Just think it's a normal dude. He's got a torch in one hand, or a dagger, and you come up to him and he's like, haha, I'm on fire, and so you run away. And he dies. Yep, that's his entire existence. But if you didn't know that, he would totally get you. He got me the first time, of course, but I learnt my lesson. Since the first recording session, I have actually finished the game in its entirety. I think when I did the first session, I was about halfway through or 3/4 of the way through, but I had actually finished the game by the time... I have actually finished the game now, so that's a thing. We don't want to go down there just yet, because that's actually a shortcut path. We want to go up this way. And I'm actually forgetting something very important. These doors are totally openable. And within these doors is a bonfire. Very important bonfire. This is an extremely cool... Oh. So many chairs, so little time. This is a very, very cool part of the game, actually, because the Cathedral of the Deep is probably the only part in Dark Souls 3 which is super heavily entwined on itself. There is no other bonfire. Well, no, there is one other bonfire, but that's a secret bonfire. So, excluding secret bonfires, this is the only bonfire in the entire cathedral. But we have 2 doors, and I'll save you the time, but those 2 doors we cannot open. And I did get a notched whip. I won't be using the notched whip. This character is not built for whips at all. So there's very little point in me even showing it to you, because I wouldn't do it justice. I've actually wanted to make a whip character, though, and it would probably be based off the notched whip, to be honest. There are better whips, technically. There's the poison whip, but the poison whip... These guys just keep coming back. I'm just distracting myself while I chat. The poison whip is... its secondary effect isn't as good. The notched whip makes things bleed, whereas the poison whip poisons things. And poison in Dark Souls 3 is not very good, but bleeding is. And you can actually improve the damage bleeding does. So you can stack up the effect on notch whips pretty cool. Pretty well. And the other cool thing about whips, that's where that cool came from, is that you can dual wield them. Yep, you can have a whip in each hand and go whipping around the world. So I've always wanted to make a whip character. I've never actually gone and done it. I've done the theory crafting on it, but I've never actually done it. Now we're going to run straight through this junk, because that was a trap, but we're just going to ignore the trap. You! Out of my way. These guys don't do an incredible amount of damage, so I'm being very lazy about how I handle this area. The first time you come through here, it is absolute anxious hell though, because you think these guys are actually more powerful than they are, and so you pretty much bolt through the entire area, completely scared out of your mind that any one of these guys could take you out. They can't. They're not very good at all. This is a maggot man. Maggot men are very annoying. So we are going to avoid getting hurt by maggot men. Because what Maggot Man does is that he applies... Well, he's actually a leech man, but the colour of the leeches is the colour of maggots. Oh, that was close. So... I just find myself... Oh, there we go. See, now I have leeches all over me. And these leeches, once that bar fills up, I'm going to take a whole lot of damage. What I can do is... Was I smart at some point? I wasn't smart enough, apparently. Let's get up here and see what we can do. I bought a torch earlier. Maybe that was a different character. Oh well, we're just going to have to eat this. Ow. See? Huge chunk of damage taken off. So, what you can do is you can burn the leeches off with a torch, but I don't seem to have the torch at all. I was so sure I bought one earlier in the game, but apparently not. They should fall off sometime after the second dose. We have a warden here. Oh, thank you, warden. You showed up at the perfect time for you. Excuse me while I flask. Oh, this is bad. Having maggots and having a warden to deal with at the same time. Yep, that was going to happen. But this gives me an opportunity to go back to the place and buy a torch. Because I really should have had one in the first place. So, ignore me while I go and do that. Alright, I am back. If I change weapon, I get a torch. That's what I was hoping I had sorted out before even starting this session. But as it turns out, I had not. So that's okay, I suppose. So, instead of doing the roundabout way that I did before, we can just ignore all these guys and run through this way. Excuse me, friends. Nope. Forgot that you attack twice. Never mind. Excuse me. Excuse me. Hello, Mega Man. Right. Moving right along. Wasting no time. Thank you for my souls back. Mr. Warden Man. Get your butt down here. So I can kick it. I want to kick your butt. There you go. It's fine. Hey, that was totally a back attack, and you know it. That actually points out something that is quite annoying about some enemies in this game. Is that because of the animations, you aren't technically behind them, even if it sometimes looks like you are. Because, like this guy in particular here, hello. Excuse me, I was trying to tell my lovely viewers something. Right. So this guy here, he attacks you and does this huge body twist. And the thing is that in the meta state of that enemy, the enemy is like facing this way, but the animation makes it look like he's facing this way because of the twist in his body. So because I was here and trying to backstab him, I was actually facing the front of his enemy entity. It's very hard to explain that, but you've got to kind of imagine that the model is just kind of like the portrait on top of an invisible entity, right? It's meant to reflect what the entity is doing, but it doesn't always. And that big explosion is because there's one of those trees and our giant man is shooting enemies. But we get something very important here. Undead Bone Shard. And if you don't remember what a Undead Bone Shard does, it levels up our flask. So our flask heals us for more in total. Come on. Oh. You're being very annoying. You meant to, like, try and leap at me. Never mind. I was also kind of waiting and hoping that the giant would take it out, but he decided not to. Hi, friend. Right. So now we want to go this way. This is the main way to go, but this way is access to a shortcut. Out of my way. There's nothing around here, so there's no point. Well, there's this guy, but there's nothing around the corner further along. And we get a great shield here. Curse Ward Great Shield. We might be able to use Great Shields in the future, and I've never really used Great Shields that much, so it might actually be something fun to do. But as you can see there, it requires a total strength of 34 to wield properly, and we're at 18. We've got quite a ways to go before we can use that Great Shield. Properly, anyway. Because in Dark Souls, you can always use any weapon at any time, but you will be punished for using a weapon that you don't have the stats for. You will not be able to wield it properly. So down here, I'm actually going to change to this purposefully. We have big maggot monsters. Well, big leech monsters, actually. And I'm doing that because they get burnt in the process, which is very handy. Take a lot of damage from that. And obviously I'm protected from getting leeches all over me while I'm holding the torch. And just to prove a point, I'm going to get this guy's attention and purposefully get hit while using the claymore. Hi, friend. Whoa. Smack. So now I have leeches all over me. I'll just try and take care of this guy before the leeches... Oh, finish your attack. It's my turn. My turn to attack you. Right. So, I'm about to get hit by blood loss. I change my torch, the leeches drop off, and that bar starts to decrease. So, if I attack this guy with the torch and swap back and forth while I'm attacking him, I'm never actually going to get the whole blood loss problem in the first place. And I opened incorrectly because I was meant to do that. And I actually like to kill these guys, and I have used them to farm before because there's 3 of them in a row. And they give you quite a bit of souls for this point in the game, and you can farm up souls quite easily off them. Just to get a few extra levels. Titanite Lizard! Come here. I'ma get ya. I'ma get ya. Yeah. Alright. Moving right along. Another one. We also have crystals on the left. Some of you may know what that means. Or remember what that means. We have a big crystal lizard. Hello, friend. So, there's a lot of titanite down here, which kind of makes it clear, if it wasn't already, that this area is a little bit optional. And I kicked down the ladder from here because what you do, and I'll be able to show you in a second. Well, not a second. We're going to fight the crystal lizard first in a minute. But there is a flow from the bonfire. It's fine. You're okay. Just die. It's fine. Everyone's got to do it at some point. You may as well do it now. There we go. Alright. Big and scary, but not so hard. We have another leech man through here. Just around this corner. Hello, leech man. Leech man dead. Just get those leeches off me at the same time. Cool. Alright. So to get back to the bonfire from here, up these stairs and through this window, which, coming into the chapel, was on the left. Cool. And then that lets us get to the bonfire, refill our flasks, and go. So, instead of going up the stairs this time, we take a hard right through here. We end up in the swampy bit with the leech monsters. We ignore the leech monster and go straight for the ladder. And believe it or not, holding B and climbing a ladder does actually increase your ladder climbing speed a very small amount. Slow, fast, slow, fast. It's not that much different, but it is enough. And we have to fight the warden again. But that's quite okay. And if you're wondering why I call him a warden, it's because he is a grave warden. And how we find that out, if we're lucky, is because... Get out of that corner, I don't want to hit my sword on a wall. No, no luck. Anyway, the items they drop are of the grave warden type. So that's why I call them a warden. Right. So this is facing the entrance to the Cathedral of the Deep. One would approach these doors and then, oh no, it doesn't open from this side. Of course it didn't. Nothing is that easy in this game. We have much more to do before we can get inside the cathedral. So let's try and get that done. There's a little bit of time left in the episode, so we may as well try. We have a man here, we have a crossbow man here, and we have another guy right there. That guy usually gets people. He's certainly got me a few times. Until I realized that he was there. And I do take damage using this shield, but that's quite okay. It's chip damage. Am I using the correct shield anyway? I don't think I am. I should have another shield. Did I not get the second shield? Alright, we aren't doing that for the rest of this episode. I didn't get a very important shield. At least I don't think I did. I should have a 100% block shield with me right now. Knew something was fishy. We're gonna go this way. We need to get back to the bonfire. I can't believe I didn't do this last episode. I was sure I did, because we killed the two special guys. But I think I must have ended the episode immediately after killing the one with the spider shield. Which may be why I thought I collected it. But we've got to go back to the Cathedral of the Deep bonfire. Here we go. This, of course, is the problem with doing different sessions so far apart. We never went up here, it seems. Yeah, there it is. Crest shield. This is the shield we'll probably be using until the end of the game. 100% physical block, has decent resistances to everything else. Its stability is worse, but its stability gets better with upgrading. So in the end, it's actually a very, very good shield. There is one other shield I like to use instead if I'm going to use a medium shield. But we're nowhere near close to getting it. So let's go back to the cleansing chapel and see how far we can get. Yes, so if you're playing through the game, I'm so sorry. Because that shield probably would have helped you quite a long time ago. Hopefully you found it on your own. Excuse me, Burning Man. I have no interest in your burning. Hello, Maggot Monster. Leech Monster, Maggot Monster, same difference. You can't get me, I'm already too high up. You can't get me, you can squelch all you want, but you never will. Oh well, at least we get to fight the warden again. I like fighting the wardens. I mean, they seem annoying, but I don't know, there's something just about the way that they move that I really enjoy. Oh, and they do that too. Ah! This guy is being particularly tricksy. She says before backstabbing him. Dead. Ooh, there you go. Grave Warden Wrap. There's the proof that it's called a warden. That is wrist armor. You can actually get the whole set off them if you like. If you want to look like a flowy, rotten badass. There you go. So now, we still take damage, but not as much. Ow. I didn't mean to do that. I have no idea what that NPC was thinking. Apparently he was thinking he was gonna get me somehow. Actually another sneaky guy. Right on my left. And I'm wondering why he hasn't woken up yet. There he is. Say hello. Whoa. Oh, come on. That's the thing about crossbow guys. For some reason, the timing is always such that I always seem to get hit by a bolt directly before or after trying to attack something else. Like you saw in that situation there. I was trying to get the guy who was climbing up the side, but I got hit instead by a crossbow bolt and that set everything off in a horrible direction. You're going to try immolating, aren't you? Not today, buddy. Okay. Now, there's not actually all that much important around here, so I'm going to try something very, very stupid. I'm going to try and clear this area as quickly as I can by not fighting anything at all. Let's do it. I'm going to ignore you. I'm going to run down here. Hello everybody, don't mind me. Jump onto here, run up here. This area is so annoying, oh my god. I'm gonna jump down here. We're gonna keep going past everyone here. Got a warden on our right. We've got a warden coming down the stairs actually. Nope. We're gonna keep going, we're gonna keep going, we're gonna keep going. We're gonna protect ourselves by opening the door. You can't kill me, I'm immune, I'm opening a door. We're gonna run through here. We're gonna avoid the blob on the ground. We're going to come around here, speedrun strats this is. We're going to ignore all these creepy dudes. And then we gotta take the elevator down. And we are the winner. And that is how you get through a very difficult section when you're running overtime on an episode. See, I still got it and played in like a month, but that's okay because I remember these things. My brain is good that way. Bonfire. And up we get. Alright guys, so thank you all for watching. Welcome back to Dark Souls 3, and hope you all have a good night. Bye bye.